say right off, I just have to say, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a man who has a lot to say and a lot of stuff to talk about. But first and foremost, you're looking at the inventor of rock and roll right here.
Thank you.
Everybody credits your song, Rocket 88, with being the first rock and roll record, the first rock and roll song.
The music I listened to when I was a kid was Sonny Boy Williams and Pinetop Perkins. He's the one that had the most influence on my playing. I saw him through a window playing piano, man, and I thought it was unbelievable somebody could move their fingers that fast, you know. I got interested in piano, and finally he saw me looking through the window, and he invited me in. B.B. King, my mother raised, you know, she didn't raise him, you know, but anyway, he came up with us. He ran off from home, and so he went to Memphis. B.B. left Clarksdale and disappeared, and I didn't see him anymore. And we were playing in Greenville, Mississippi. I put my little band together. And every time we would leave Greenville on our way back to Clarksdale, it'd be 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we'd pass by Chambers, Mississippi. I would see all these cars down by the road. Well, I have seen the word B.B. King, but I never connected it with Riley. I never knew it was the same guy. And so finally one night, you know, the kids saw, they said, "Hey man, let's see who played in this club." we went in there, and it was B.B.
But you said, I went in Cadillac. I bought you a $10 dinner. And you said, thanks for the snack. Let you live in my penthouse. You said it was just a shack. I gave you 7 children. And now you want to give them back.
We asked him to let us play a song. We call ourselves just do him in. He let us play, so we did some whatever was hot on the jukebox in those days. He said, "Man, good as you guys are." He said, "Man, let me set up an appointment with you for you at the record company that I'm with." And we said, "Yeah, really?" So we didn't have no songs, man, because Rocket 88 was wrote on the way to Memphis. We didn't have nothing original at all, nothing. So he said he was going to set it up with the guy in Memphis for us to come up and record. If you listen to the black radio stations, they was doing more stuff like. And they was singing like, "I don't want no woman if her hair ain't no long in mine." You know, she keep you. I don't want no woman if her hair ain't no long in mine. She keep you buying rats and wigs all the time. And if you listen to the white radio station, they talking about all them up and when you come down, swing that pretty girl round and round. You know, it just. But anyway, steel guitar rag. You know, but anyway, my favorite music, man, believe it or not, is country. I always had a right hand and a left hand on piano. I thought this is the way a piano was supposed to be played. You know, I wasn't trying to do nothing different when I cut Rocket 88. It was just that's the way I thought the instrument was supposed to be played.
You women have heard of jalopies, you've heard the noise they make, but let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along.
One time with the record company, they asked me, with Modern Record Company, the same guys I used to work for when I was a kid. It's Ike, man, cut us a pop record. I went all around trying to find something that was pop. Finally, man, I came up with this song, Peaches and Cream. Mama told me love is not all sweet. She said, watch out for all the boys you meet. But if you find the right Full of cherries. The white bubblegum kids in those days started listening. Some years later in Las Vegas, I was playing the main room in the International Hotel, and Elvis Presley was in the main room. And one night, man, I won $490-some thousand, and I was coming down through the back. I had all this big old rack of chips and stuff. And this white guy with his collar, I knew Elvis was in the main room, but you know, I never was interested in other acts. Except I get to know you, okay, but for me to go over there, Red Fox was in the lounge also at that time. I was walking down through there pushing this rack with all of these chips on there that I won that night. And this guy said, "Hey, you don't remember me?" And I said, "No." And so that's when he told me that he was the one that used to come to West Memphis and I hide behind the piano in this black club. It was amazing, you know. And I left Mississippi, man, and went to Memphis, and this was during the time when I recorded Rocket 88. I moved over into West Memphis, man, and started playing with Little Junior Parker and Willie Nix. This is during the time that Elvis Presley was driving a gravel truck, and we were playing on 11th Street there, and they didn't allow whites into this club where we were. But at the time, I didn't know who Elvis Presley was. But anyway, I didn't even know the guy was a musician. He was just a guy that I liked. He liked music, so I liked him because he liked music. I'm just assuming that was it. But anyway, we had some form of rapport together. So I would slip him into the back of the club. I would sit him and have him behind the piano, because in those days I would stand up and play the piano, and I would be playing the piano backwards and just clowning with the piano. But I never knew that this guy was even an entertainer. I hear this blue suede shoes, but I don't never put this with this guy at all. I don't even connect the two. He would watch me play. That's where when you see him stand up, he'd be doing his legs when he'd be playing with the guitar. All this came from back in those days when we used to do it.
And pumped a lot of pain down in New Orleans. But I never saw the good side of a city until I hitched a ride on the riverboat Queen. The wheel keep on turning, and the proud Mary keep on burning. Tell you we're rolling, yeah, rolling loud, rolling on the river, rolling on the river. So we're rolling, rolling on the river. What you say? Say it one more time. Rolling on the river. 2, 3. Good job in the city, working on the man every night. Do I love you, my oh my? For me, I'll be high. If I lost you, would I cry? I love you, baby, baby, baby. When you were a young boy, did you have a puppy? Always followed you right. Well, I'm gonna be as faithful as that puppy. No, I'll never let you down.
I can sit right here at this piano and I can play you jazz, I can play you country, I can play anything you name it. And man, to me, it's all the same. But we got around it because number one is this. Elvis Presley's supposed to be the king of rock and roll, right? And Tina's supposed to be the queen, right, of rock and roll. That's what they say. How you gonna say what I play is R&B? I can play blues, I can play rock, I can play whatever you name. But how can he be the king if I cut the first rock and roll record? You going to find, man, that music is going to get really integrated. Bluegrass, country, reggae, soul, you talk about this. But it's all the same, isn't it, man, how music can be integrated. It's something for everybody in one song. And I think that's what we're going to.
We can find that is groovy just across the line.
I don't think anything about Rocket 88, and people bring it up and say, you did the first rock and roll record. How does it feel to be in the Hall of Fame? I don't feel anything. Just me. I was just doing what I do, music.